Thank you very much, Lord Mayor. I have the City Solicitor has given me a dispensation to speak as I am a Director of B Music. I rise before you today to second our budget amendment as in the name of Councillor Oldham and myself. As he has so eloquently said, in 2022, Labour Group announced that Birmingham City Council was facing a golden decade with the council finances in the best shape ever and coffers overflowing. In 2023, Labour then have to tell us we're bankrupt. The budget that was brought was unlawful. It didn't balance. All of this only in 1 year. And of course, the collapse into financial catastrophe is not something the Labour administration is willing to take responsibility for. John opens his speech with an apology and then spent 20 minutes blaming other people. Labour never do, despite clearly not being very good with money. However, there are plenty of others who are willing to tell us this disaster was made in Labour Birmingham. Let's start with the National Labour Party themselves, the Labour Campaign Improvement Board. They said budget cuts and the size of the city are used as reasons to explain the situation. However, this does not hold up to scrutiny. It's not just the Labour Party who blame Birmingham Labour, though. As remember, they have been subject to 3 Section 24 notices, 2 Section 114 notices, 1 Section 5 notice, 1 independent governance review, and 1 set of auditors' statutory recommendations, the only council in the country to have done so, all of which blame only one constant, Labour Birmingham. These interventions are not things you can simply shrug off or ignore. The comments they contain make for very concerning reading. The Section 24 notices all refer to serious inadequacies in the way the council looks after its finances. The Section 114 notice told us in this very chamber, 1, the council had made a decision incurring expenditure that was unlawful. 2, taken a course of action that was unlawful. 3, about to enter into an account which is unlawful. 4, taking a course of action which is inaction, which is unlawful. Incurring additional expenditure in the form of a growing liability, which is unlawful. Then later we heard in the Section 5 notice, again in this chamber, the council is taking a proposal or discussion is about to give rise to a contravention of the rule of law. This is by the Labour group governing this council. The independent review of governance told us the cabinet members do not, 1, understand risk, 2, own risk, 3, manage risk, 4, oversee risk, 5, show enough interest in risk, 6, show proactivity in articulating what their expectations of risk are. The auditors, in their statutory recommendations, stated again in this chamber, there is evidence that certain senior officers have been excluded from key decisions with members, and the advice of the monitoring officer has not been properly followed. Well, that's certainly not blaming the officers, is it? That makes for terrifying reading. The financial catastrophe that has befallen this council lies well and truly at the door of this Labour administration. Our commissioners signed off our balanced and approved budget, and this allows for the libraries to be saved. For all the Labour councillors collecting petitions to save their libraries from their own cuts, all you have to do is to put your local area first and vote for our amendment. If you do nothing else, you are voting to close your library. Let me just make that clear to you again. Our amendment saves the libraries. You are collecting petitions to save them. If you do not vote for this amendment, you are closing your libraries. I think you should take a long, hard think about what your priorities are before you vote in the motion today. And if you don't want to take my word for it, take the words of Plato. A library of wisdom is more precious than all the wealth. All things that are desirable cannot be compared to it. Thank you, Lord Mayor. I second our amendment.
Thank you.